It's a simple question, right? Who is the Lord? But what if that question isn't asked out of curiosity, but as a total dismissal? What if it's thrown down like a challenge by the most powerful man on the planet? Well, let's dive into that timeless confrontation and the incredible answer it provoked. So, picture this. Moses and Aaron, they walk right into the court of Pharaoh, the ruler of the mighty Egyptian empire, and they deliver a message from God. And Pharaoh's response? Who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice? I do not know the Lord. Now that's not just him saying, I'm not familiar with that name. Oh no, that's a sneer. He's basically saying, your little slave god has zero authority here. And just like that, the stage is set for one of the most epic showdowns in history. And the fallout from this? It's immediate, and it is brutal. For the Israelites, that tiny flicker of hope they had for freedom, it gets completely stomped out. Pharaoh, he just doubles down. He makes their slavery even more unbearable. And who do they turn on? Their own deliverers, Moses and Aaron. It is a moment of absolute crisis, politically, physically, and spiritually. All their hope has just curdled into bitter despair.
So it's right here, at this absolute lowest point, with Pharaoh mocking God and God's own people losing all faith, that God speaks. And his response, which we find in Exodus chapter 6, becomes the foundation for everything that's about to happen. It's a direct, powerful, world-defining answer to everyone's doubt. I am the Lord.
Now this is a really key point. God isn't introducing a brand new name here. The Israelites' ancestors, they knew the name Lord or Yahweh. The point isn't the name itself, but its meaning. They knew the word, but they were about to experience the reality behind it. This isn't about learning vocabulary. It's about a revelation that's going to unfold through pure, world-shaking action. So what does this name actually mean? Well, God starts to unpack it, and the very first layer he reveals is that he is the God of promises. This first attribute is all about his unshakable faithfulness, his absolute reliability, and it's all rooted in promises he made centuries before. And you can see this incredible progression right here. For their ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Lord was the God who makes a promise, a covenant for a land they would one day have. But for this generation, the one trapped in Egypt, the Lord is going to be known as the God who fulfills that promise. The name suddenly carries a whole new weight. It's not a future hope anymore. It's a present, history-changing reality. So from promises, the declaration builds to its second attribute. God is the God of power. And we're not talking about some vague philosophical power. Nope. This is a direct challenge to the greatest human authority on earth at that time, Pharaoh himself. I love this because it shows you the symbolic battle that was going on. In ancient Egypt, the phrase strong arm was everywhere. It was basically propaganda celebrating the king's military strength. So when God says he's going to deliver Israel with an outstretched arm, he's making a direct, deliberate counterclaim. He's saying, oh, you think that's power? Let me show you what real world-ruling power looks like. And all of this divine power comes to a head in that final devastating plague. Look at what God says. I will bring judgment on all the gods of Egypt. I am the Lord. This is so crucial. This whole thing wasn't just about freeing slaves. It was a cosmic judgment, a systematic takedown of every other claim to divinity in Egypt, proving once and for all that the Lord is the one true sovereign. And that brings us to the third attribute revealed in his name. And this is where it gets incredibly personal. God isn't just a faithful promise keeper or an all-powerful king. He is the God who redeems. And this word points to a deep, intimate, and relational kind of rescue. The secret is hiding in plain sight. In the specific Hebrew word God uses right in Exodus 6:6, he says he will redeem them. And this one word, man, it just unlocks this profound, beautiful understanding of the kind of relationship God is building with his people. The word is ga'al. It means to redeem or to buy back. And it's the root for the word goel, which translates to kinsman redeemer. Now, this wasn't just some commercial transaction. This was a deeply personal, familial duty. This is about family. So what did a kinsman redeemer actually do? Well, the goel was your closest relative, the one who was responsible for the family's well-being. They'd pay off debts to get you out of bondage. They would literally liberate family members from slavery, and their job was to restore you to your rightful place, to your inheritance. So when God uses this word, he's casting himself as Israel's next of kin. And it all leads to this, the ultimate goal, I will take you as my own people, and I will be your God. You see, the redemption was never just an escape from something, it was a restoration to someone. It was about creating a covenant family. So, who is the Lord? He's the faithful promise keeper, the all-powerful king, and the redeeming next of kin. But here's the thing. That incredible answer to Pharaoh's question, it wasn't just for that one moment in history. It's an answer that was designed to echo and grow and deepen throughout all of time. Fast forward a few hundred years, and you hear the prophet Jeremiah talking about a new covenant. And listen to the language. Does it sound familiar? I will be their God, and they will be my people. It's the same promise from Exodus, but now it's becoming even more personal, even more intimate. And this promise of a new covenant finds its ultimate, perfect fulfillment in Jesus Christ. It's in him that the character of God, the very meaning of the Lord, is revealed in the most complete and personal way we could ever imagine. So let's circle all the way back to Pharaoh's question one last time. Who is the Lord? Looking through the lens of the whole story, now we see the complete answer. He is the faithful God who fulfills every single promise in Christ. He is the powerful God who overcomes not just earthly kings, but sin and death itself. And he is the redeeming God, the ultimate kinsman redeemer who pays the ultimate price, his own son, to bring us back into his family. But of course, the struggle isn't just ancient history. We live in a world that, a lot like Pharaoh, is constantly demanding our allegiance, pressuring us to worship other things. And what we're reminded of is that the solution for us is exactly the same as it was for them, to truly know, in a deep and personal way, who God is. And that really leaves us with this final thought, a question to take with you. In a world that's constantly pulling at us, demanding our loyalty, what are the modern pharaohs in our own lives? Is it money, our careers, the approval of others? What is it that challenges our understanding of who the Lord truly is? It's a question worth asking, because the answer, that changes everything.